Alright, so today is going to be a bit of a throwback. We're going to revisit the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Siege, Leader Class, Galaxy Upgrade, Optimus Prime. Now, I've done a review of this before and I wasn't too happy with this figure, but looking at all that's been recently released by Hasbro and Takara Tomy, I wanted to revisit this figure and see if I still felt the same about this figure. This figure is actually looking pretty much different now that I'm looking at it a second time. I think I was a little bit too hasty with my opinions and my comments when I first reviewed this figure. I think it still has a lot of redeeming qualities, and at the same time, there's still a lot of things about this figure that I think needs improvement. There's still things I hate about it, but looking at it again, I find that there are a lot of things I do like about it. I do hope that they somehow in the future redo this figure, maybe turn it into maybe a commander class. I think that would be better, more budget, probably make it a bigger figure, who knows. But for now, we'll take a look at this figure once again, and we shall begin in truck mode. So, Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, obviously based off of the Galaxy Force or Transformers Cybertron Optimus Prime, definitely much smaller. I never had the actual figure that this figure was based off of. I've tried purchasing the knockoffs, man, they had such poor quality. They fall on the floor and they shatter to a million pieces. So one of the mistakes I made back in the day when I started collecting figures, Transformers once again in 2007, 2008, I started buying all these knockoffs of the older figures that were done in 2000, 2002, 2010. Yeah, that was a big mistake. But back then knockoffs were just crap. Okay, so here he is. There's a lot of gaps still, but now that I've put on a lot of these blast effects, he actually looks a lot nicer. Yeah, he does roll very nicely. Some gaps here and there. Yeah, but I'm actually starting to like this figure. This figure has somewhat grown on me. The second time I have him, I actually picked it up on Facebook. Somebody was selling it for a very good price, but no box, just the manual. So okay, you can remove the blast effects. The blasters are blast effects compatible. And here's the truck. Rotate it this way, so you have the truck rolling. It rolls very nicely. As a commander, if they turn this into a commander class figure, I'm pretty sure it's going to be fixed, all these gaps and all that. But yeah, now the guns do move up and down. You can swing them left and right if you want to. Have some nice display options. So that's pretty cool. It's got some side guns right here. Now, if you want a comparison, let's bring in some Optimus Prime figures in my collection in truck mode. So here are several figures that are still in my collection in their truck mode. We have the one that I recently reviewed, the Commander Class Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime. Man, this thing's huge compared to the rest. We've got the 10-sec base Optimus Prime. This one did not come with the trailer. It came with that levitating base. We've got Laser Optimus Prime from Legacy. We've got the Earthrise / Kingdom Leader Class Optimus Prime. And obviously, we have the G1 Optimus Prime. This is an encore reissue of G1 Optimus Prime by Takara Tomy. And to this day, I honestly still believe that nobody beats the truck mode of G1. G1 Optimus Prime is the gold standard of the truck mode for any Optimus Prime. This thing started it all. The Freightliner cab over engine truck with the trailer. This started this whole global worldwide phenomenon of Transformers. And everybody wanted Optimus Prime. This one, the Kingdom or the Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime, I still believe is the gold standard for the Generations Optimus Prime. Generations meaning, if you're not familiar with these terms, Generations means these are the updated looks of the classic figures, not just limited now to G1, but other cartoons in the past. They've updated the look to give it more articulation, more detail and all that. And Generations, this one is still gold standard. This one's pretty good. And as you can see, he's not doing so bad for himself. Yeah, like I said, he's kind of grown on me now, and I think I'm going to keep him this time around. So looking very, very sharp together with these other trucks. All right, so let's have a look at some of the details of this truck mode. You can remove these guns right here. Remove this top gun right here. Okay. And the trailer can be separated right here. You just flip up this piece right here, and underneath you just unhook the legs from this midsection piece right here. And there you go. That is the cab, and it's very similar to this one, as well as Ultra Magnus. And if you wanted to, I believe you can fit the 10-sec base Optimus Prime onto this trailer, because it has the same, I think the legs are the same, so you can effectively, yep, you can connect him. And that's not so bad. It's like a modern Earth mode. This one kind of looks Cybertronian, but this one, yeah, it could work, you know, if there's such an Earth vehicle with lots of these things. It could be like a fire truck, car transport, hybrid, whatever. no, but really, no, I don't think it's meant for that. So, okay, let's look at the trailer. The trailer actually forms the jet wing, or the wing assembly, and the leg armor of the huge robot mode. So we're going to split it up so you can just set it off to the side. To do so, you just unplug these pieces right here. This is a little tough, especially once you've connected these things really tightly. So, okay, and just unplug these. This will be the backpack. So I'll let it stay right there. Now the legs, you can split them up, and you see the shoulder pads right there. Okay, put them off to the side. Let's transform this guy. Transform him into his robot mode. You want to split the legs. This, split the thighs, because it's tabbed onto the pelvis, those tabs. You're gonna ratchet down. Okay. And then the arms, you're gonna split them up. This. And then you wanna rotate this waist piece, this whole torso assembly. And then you're gonna move up this piece right here. Open up this chest cavity. It's a little tricky because there's clear plastic that's tabbed onto that, so be very careful with that. And then you're gonna flip the head up, put it back in, and then you can just collapse shoulders, rotate the fists, all right, heel spurs, and then finally just slide the torso back to lock in the backpack. And essentially there you have the smaller robot of Galaxy Convoy or Cybertron Universe Optimus Prime. That is not too bad now that I think about it. I do love the colors. And if you wanted a look at that 10-sec base Optimus Prime side by side with this guy, both dad bods Optimus Prime figures. Yeah, I do like it now. I do love this figure, and now looking at him again with this guy, he's looking pretty good. Not too bad. And now to form the armored version of the robot, the bigger robot, you need to get these pieces in this position. Fold up everything to reveal the big head. Now you can remove these pieces right here. These are shoulder extensions, or shoulder pads of Optimus Prime, and they just fit on top. This is one of the things I did not like about this figure. There's too many parts forming steps or gimmicks with the figure, and it just wish they could have found a way to incorporate this, because the original figure had the chest split up, and this was supposed to be it, and they're trying to mimic the old figure by putting in the aesthetic of the shoulder pads just to make it work. But not the biggest fan of parts forming pieces for Transformers. So okay, go ahead and fold up the heel spurs, and then you can just attach these leg armor pieces just to make his legs bigger. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to move or slide back the the chest so you can bring this thing down. It's a little tough. It's an older figure, so just slide that like that. Okay, you can slide this piece down right here. You can remove these pieces, the grill of the truck, and they actually form guns right here on the forearm, or blasters. Again, parts forming, but okay. So before sliding back the torso, you want to go ahead and open up the chest cavity once again. Man, cringe every time I hear that. Go ahead and fold the head back. Come on, fold back that chest. Rotate this piece, fold it up like that. Slide back the torso. Lock it in place, the shoulders, and then you're ready to combine the trailer part. And it's a little tricky. You gotta swing everything up front, and then the spine is going to tab onto the back part of that backpack. Go ahead and fold this piece right here. This chest is gonna tab onto the pre-existing chest. And there you go. Extend these handlebars so you can hold it. Can he actually? Yeah, he can. He's supposed to be able to hold it. Just like the old toy. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I'm actually appreciating this figure more now that I've had him for the second time. I do apologize. I mean, it's still not a super perfect figure. I'm gonna attach this here and just finish up arming this guy. Yeah, like I said in my first review of this guy, it was a little disappointing because the old toy was so much better, much more solid in gimmicks. But in today's standards of generations figures, I guess he's pretty okay. Not perfect, but not bad. Really grown on me. Oh yeah, I'm definitely appreciating this figure much better now. Autobots, attack! Attack the Decepticons! And so some final thoughts on this Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. Like I said in the video, the figure's kind of grown on me. Different angle, looking at it second time. It's not so bad. I think I want to keep it. Now, I wanted to end this video by talking about why we love Optimus Prime so much. Like I said, like as indicated in the title of this video, every Transformers collector, especially the hardcore ones, I honestly do not know anybody who does not like Optimus Prime. If you're a real Transformers collector, a hardcore collector, it's very few that you'll find who have a disdain for Optimus Prime. Was like a solid Megatron fan and all that. Everybody loves Optimus Prime. Why is that so? Why are we so enamored, such affinity for this red and blue robot? On the surface, peripherally, you might surmise that because he's the leader of the good guys. He leads the Autobots. He's a truck. He's a big red truck. Who doesn't want a big red truck? When you were a kid, you want big toys. You wanted a truck transformed into a super powerful robot. He's got this booming voice. I mean, he's got a huge blaster. He can decimate the Decepticons here and there. On the surface, sure, he's a powerful robot. Just any kid would love that. But I think it's more than that. The reason why Optimus Prime, or the character Optimus Prime, has survived through the ages and has remained the fan favorite is because I think Optimus Prime stands for some ideal. He stands for an idea that with Optimus Prime, you know that he will win over any fight with Megatron and the Decepticons, and that good will always triumph over evil, no matter what. And I think it resounds so much to collectors, especially in this world we face in, where there's just so much penchant for destruction, just selfishness. You want to bring the other person down, and there's just so much animosity and there's just so much hate going around that you need an idea like Optimus Prime to believe in, and to think that in the end, despite all of this chaos, all of this hate, all of this people just thinking about themselves, you know, that in the end, good, truth, justice, everything beautiful will triumph over all this negativity. And I think that's the idea of Optimus Prime. As long as there's Optimus Prime, you can be assured that good will always triumph over evil. That's why through the years, despite changing his appearance, changing his age, his form, his function, one true thing remained about Optimus Prime, in that he is a leader that really has a kind heart, who values life as a precious thing for anybody, for all creatures, for all living things, and that good will always triumph over evil, that he will do everything in his power to stop evil. And that's the most resounding idea and what Optimus Prime stands for. That's why when Michael Bay, I do apologize, I have nothing personal against Michael Bay, it's just trying to be objective here. When he introduced his version of Optimus Prime, this Optimus Prime had such a huge chip on his shoulder. It sort of mucked up and blurred the live-action Optimus Prime somewhat, inveigled and blurred out the original idea of who this character stood for. The first movie Optimus Prime was actually pretty okay. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the others, as well as the Nightverse or Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. But the other Optimus Prime in the other movies, it just really detracted from the original idea of who this character was or is. The same thing I think happened with Zack Snyder's Superman, and that's why a lot of people felt that he changed the idea of Superman. But I don't want to open that can of worms. That's for another video. But that's just what I think. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, firstly, of this Galaxy upgrade, Cybertron universe, or Galaxy Force universe, that's what should have been called, Optimus Prime. And second, do you agree with me on my ideas of Optimus Prime, the character itself, and why fans have always loved this character and what he stood for? Let me know in the comments, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for staying to the very end of the video. I do appreciate it. It helps with algorithms and all that. I wanted to say one last thing. This is the entirety of my Optimus Prime collection. This is every single Optimus Prime figure I own. Some were given to me by friends. Some were purchased online, repurchased, sold off, and then repurchased again. But this is all that I have left. What do you guys think of my collection? Do you think I should repurchase some of those I've already sold? Like Siege Optimus Prime. Oh man, I have no existing mold of the Siege Optimus Prime. I've sold all 3 versions that I picked up. 3 or 4 versions of that figure I picked up. Kind of regretting it now, but you know how it is. Let me know what you think of my collection. Do you think I should repurchase some of the older ones I sold off? Do you think I should get more? Or do you think this is enough? Because my wife always tells me, like, how many Optimus Primes do you need in your life? I'm like, oh man, it's like Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker figures or Iron Man figures. I mean, come on. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video.